What's a bounce? And how does it affect your business's Google rankings? Well, let's walk through it. Imagine that as a user, you've asked Google something like how to sharpen a kitchen knife. You've typed the search in and you visit the first result that Google returns. But here's the kicker, when you visit that page, you're less than impressed with the website, you hit the back button. You bounce back to Google. So you're back at Google and you click on the second result. And this was even worse looking website than the first. Again, you hit the back button again, you bounce. You try again, third listing, not having any luck, back again, it's another bounce. You get the picture. But then finally, you decide to stay and try again on the fourth website. Now on this one, you're greeted with a well-optimized page that immediately tells you that you're in the right spot to learn how to sharpen a kitchen knife. You stay on that page, you read the info, you even click around the site a little bit. Now Google is watching this behavior. And if Google starts to see patterns like what we saw described above, it's gonna start rewarding that fourth site with the improved rankings. Because it was clear that the first three sites just weren't satisfying the searcher's query. And that fourth site, it clearly did, because you visited. You stayed on the page, you scrolled through the content, you clicked through links. And as businesses, this is what we want. So the question is, how can you be that fourth page and reduce the bounces and get up to number one? Well, firstly, what you want to do is you want to communicate to the searcher straight away that they've found the page which is going to solve their issue. And you want to do that in the title of the page, the big bold section that your eye is naturally drawn to. Now, this should clearly identify the page content in an instant. For example, your step-by-step guide to sharpening a kitchen knife. The first words here, it needs to match the searcher's query as much as possible. And also think about any images near the top of the page. They should again clearly convey what the page topic is actually about. And in an instant, your page is clearly going to tell the searcher how you're going to solve their problem. And then next, have a look at the intro text. It's that first paragraph of that page. It needs to sum up the content of the page and affirm to the user that again, they've hit the jackpot. They can stop the search, they can keep reading because they've found the answer, and hopefully we're going to do business together. And from there, you're naturally going to want the rest of your content on that page to have as much thought as much information to keep the user on the page and eventually convince them to use your business and to make that sale. But as a starting point, you can dramatically reduce bounces by focusing on those three key points: a clear headline, a clear image, and a clear intro paragraph that matches a user's search.